When it comes to music, 17-year-old Amy Beckwith has an ear for the past. When it comes to education, she has an eye to the future. Amy is part of the Eduport program at Lincoln High School in Nebraska. With use of a remote control, teachers and students at Lincoln High can call up digitized video information on command. The video is provided by NASA, the Smithsonian, and many other great research centers, and it is stored on a powerful IBM server. Eduport can give students, teachers, and parents access to a nearly limitless choice of educational material when they want it, in the classroom or in the home. Lincoln High School Principal Catherine Pillar.
The access to the digitized libraries and the museums and different things that our students would not have an opportunity to see probably in their lifetime would become a reality for our students.
Unlike television, where the information is selected at the sending end, Eduport material is chosen by the teacher at the receiving end. Teachers and students manage the information, choosing perhaps to interact with other schools or teachers or students around the globe. Or students may choose to preview the information at home, or review it after class, share it with parents or other students. Director of Technology Instruction for the Lincoln Schools, Chuck Friesen.
I see a project like this allowing us to do is to establish better school and home links. The school day typically is thought of as 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock, but there's a lot that happens after 3 o'clock. And down the road, I really see the potential for these types of resources and materials to be available to students in their home. And I see the role of the school, one of the roles being to help educate parents and students to make good choices outside the school day. Down the road,
not surprisingly, Eduport is attracting national attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Bob Kerrey of Nebraska, who has been an enthusiastic sponsor of Eduport, demonstrated it to the Senate Commerce Committee. The senator's goal is to see digitized video libraries available to every student nationwide.
There are many engineering requirements to bring to you what you're about to see. This is not television. This is not a movie that you're about to watch. There's a file server in Lincoln, Nebraska. This is brought to you over a T1 line. There are tremendous engineering questions that have to be answered in order to produce this demonstration. But I want to urge upon you the consideration that this is not difficult. Even you or I with a little bit of training could learn how to do this. This is not as difficult as it appears. And it becomes extremely important to think about the kind of content and how we organize the institution so that classroom teachers and students could have this kind of opportunity, which is why the demonstration projects, in my mind, make such good sense. The partnership here has involved IBM, the Thomas Watson Research Laboratories has been very much involved. They've given a great deal of their time and their expertise and their creativity.
The University of Nebraska is helping with the project. The digitized video is stored on their large-scale IBM ES9000 server. The university is managing the technical aspects of the project and consulting with the high school on the effective use of the technology.
We'll take off from an airport runway, achieve speeds over 17,000 miles per hour, and fly directly into low Earth orbit. Called the National
Bringing Eduport into a classroom requires special talents, but is eminently doable. It makes the best use of the latest technology, bringing students, educators, and information together to support a better way to learn. The heart of the system is a large central server, able to store vast amounts of video, and able to deliver it on demand to classrooms anywhere, anytime.
Let's start off by just taking a look and see what Mandelbrot has to tell us about fractals here.
The digitized video is secured and easily managed from a central point of administration. Like an electronic library, it is accessible to all. Behind the scenes, the latest magneto-resistive storage technology enables reliable high-speed access. Long-term retention is achieved by employing an automated storage hierarchy that brings economy of scale and ready access into balance. Super-fast switching and fiber optic connectivity. Part of IBM's enterprise connection architecture blends flexibility with performance. For educators and students, it's easy, built on the familiar style of the personal computer. The advanced server technology supporting Eduport works seamlessly in the background. At the high school, students and educators can select video by pressing a few buttons on a handheld remote control, similar to what they use on their home television. With the information superhighway and IBM's asynchronous transfer mode technology, access by schools across the state, the nation, and ultimately the world will be achieved. The University of Nebraska's Doug Dygus says the capacity of a large-scale machine is what's needed as Eduport expands and offers a greater range of material.
And that it would behoove one to take advantage of, in essence, the capacity and the server capability that, in essence, mainframes have had at least ever since I've been around.
To deliver that video as central repository for ease of use and also for maintainability is crucial. Also, the network infrastructure has to be able to support and maintain those video clips, and coming from multiple servers would mean interconnections with all those servers, and having it centrally located solves a number of problems.
Still present. It's just the center of the area that was missing in activity before.
Teachers are taking to Eduport in a big way. Lincoln High's Associate Principal, Dr. Gene Peterson, says Eduport has prompted the faculty to take a whole new look at how they deliver education.
They're buzzing with ideas of ways to use this in the future. They're thinking ahead. I hear teachers saying, you know, if I could show a part of this, provide a set, and ask my students to go home, do some work with it, come back, we have a whole different paradigm of learning.
And Peterson says, in the long run, Eduport will save money.
The business of providing materials for students is very expensive. A textbook for a class can run from $40 to $85. We can no longer be in the business of providing a textbook for every student to take home. So we are looking at classroom, which limits them in accessing material. In the long run, this kind of information is going to be much less expensive.
And students can study world events as they happen, without waiting years for the material to appear in print. Still, Eduport will in no way radically change classrooms. In fact, it was designed to be teacher-friendly from the start. IBM's Lynn Marks.
We determined very early on that the teacher would be walking around a classroom trying to manage a class and do the things that a teacher always does in a classroom. So the most interactivity that we could expect a teacher to feel comfortable with would be remote control input of the kind that we have here, where you just have to select a number and then the video clip comes on the screen.
Precisely. Yeah, you start out usually with an underlying base of silicon.
It could be the teacher's own lesson, stored and ready to be accessed at any time.
So in the digital library of the future, we might be able to give the teacher material like this, and they could do their own voiceover. And they could decide that they want to do their lesson that way. And then when they get into the class, they could spend more time interacting with the student and less time explaining something.
Adults can speculate about the success of Eduport, but the bottom line is, the kids love it.
There's a lot of information that's right there. It's easy to use. It won't take classes and training for people to learn it. It's very simple, interactive.
It's a really neat idea to have everybody in the world be able to have that information, and they were talking about how it would be an equalizer between different people, and it really would be, except that it would still come down to the individual person. If they wanted to access the information, they could.
Eduport, a project designed to prove the value of technology in the classroom, is moving ahead in Nebraska. What will it take to bring the benefits of Eduport to every classroom in the country? Catherine Pillar says it can be done.
I think the telephone companies, the universities, parents, other businesses, and the schools, I think the commitment has to be there for all of us to say education is important, that we value whether or not our young people are educated, whether all of us are educated actually. It's a lifetime commitment, and that we care whether or not the poorest child as well as the richest child is going to be able to access the same information. And I think this is an opportunity, and we all have to pull together to make that happen.
Sweet music from Lincoln, Nebraska, where Eduport has the whole state talking. It's energized the educators, the students, business executives, and legislators alike. An example of how IBM is working to bring scalable client-server solutions to our schools. Solutions that allow users to start small and grow to meet their biggest needs. Now, educators in many states who have seen what Eduport can do are asking, how can we get involved?